All right, Rob, this week was American Sniper, and I just thought it'd be fitting to start this week's episode just by saying a thank you to our men and women who serve in our military branches. I mean, you were a veteran. You are a veteran. My dad's a veteran. Served in the Air Force.
Remain a veteran. My grandpa was a veteran. My uncle was a veteran. Come from a family of military people. We come from a church. Lots of folks in the military. I served at Hill Air Force Base, as well as your dad. Served overseas. In an episode where we're talking about military and wartime themes as we delve into the episode on American Sniper, obviously, it's a good thing to honor and show appreciation.
Yeah.
And,
So
I think we have some viewers that
just wanted to start the episode off by saying we love and appreciate what you guys do for us here, and we're in a state with the biggest Air Force base.
Well, it's not the biggest Air Force base. It's pretty large, but I do believe that it is a regularly war ready base. So it's an important base here. So we just always want to keep in mind our military and be thankful for each and every one of them, and are grateful for their service. I know I'm grateful for my 6 years in. They were formative. They helped build me into a better leader, and better person, and prepared me for life. I still highly suggest the military is not for everybody, but for those who want to, it could be really the start of something great. But I got out after 6 years. Your dad retired.
Yeah, my dad did 20.
He did 20. I got out for 6 years. I was actually trying to become a chaplain in the military, is what I was originally trying to become. And my route to chaplain did not work out. So I got out so I could,
And you packed parachutes, right?
I did pack parachutes. I was a parachute rigger, survival equipment. That's what I worked on. My job doesn't even exist in the military anymore. They merged it with another company or another AFSC.
My dad was I don't.
Yeah.
My dad was one of the, what is it called? He was one of the police officers for the base.
SPs?
Yeah, he was an SP.
He's an SP, man.
I just loved calling him Officer Justice.
Yeah, he was an SP. I remember when your dad was an SP. So appreciative to all those, as well as military spouses. Military spouses, husbands, wives, both. You guys are, in my opinion, incredible heroes. As someone who served in the military, and I think it actually fits really well with what we're going to talk about today.
It's a big part of this movie.
It's a big part of this movie. That the military spouse is such an important figure and person. They're leaning so heavily on them. So thank you to military spouse as well. So if you see this, pass it along.
That's what my mom taking care of 3 kids while my dad was deployed. So
Absolutely.
Things that you guys deal with a lot, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, absolutely. We ready to get into this thing? Let's do it.
What is up, movie lovers, and welcome back to the Pass the Popcorn podcast, the show where the takes are hot, the popcorn is fresh, and we're both wearing hats today.
We're both wearing hats
today.
I got me a new golf hat.
Ooh, this is technically a new golf hat for me.
You like it? It's
Travis Matthews.
Travis Matthew.
How should I have known? Travis Matthew?
It's all I wear, bro.
That's all you wear.
It's all I wear. I love my Travis Matthew hats.
I'm your host, Nick, here with my co-host, Rob.
God bless America.
And we are so incredibly excited that you're here with us today. Whether you are a casual moviegoer or a diehard cinephile, this is the show for you. So make sure that you grab your snacks, you find your seat. The show starts right now.
We're going to talk about a very important genre, one that can be very divisive to some, but also is incredibly important. We'll talk about the military genre of movies today. We'll do a ranking a little bit later. When you start to, and we'll talk about this more later, but when you start to rank military movies and war movies, it's complicated. It's really, really complicated because there's so many genres, subgenres within military movies. And that brings us to our episode today where we're talking about, American Sniper. American Sniper made by Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Now, Clint Eastwood, interesting enough, I grew up on Clint Eastwood movies. Did you? You probably didn't grow up on Clint
No, my
Eastwood.
parents didn't let me watch Clint Eastwood movies.
I bet you didn't. You sheltered Christian kid. not Sheltered Christian Kid.
But I mean, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry.
Yeah, all those things. Unforgiven is one of my favorite top 25 movies of all time. Unforgiven is spectacular. It's a great Western movie with him. But then after his career, his illustrious, great career, Go Ahead, Make My Day, the Dirty Harry days, you get him in a directing era. And he has made some great, excellent movies. Clint Eastwood has some really good movies. Million Dollar Baby, which is incredibly hard themes. I mean, Million Dollar Baby is ultimately talking about assisted suicide. Like, it's wild, but it's a heartbreaking and beautiful movie. One of my absolute favorite Clint Eastwood movies is Gran Torino. Gran Torino.
That was like my introduction. I didn't get to watch it fully, but my dad was like, "This is a great movie."
Man, Gran Torino is such a good movie. It's such a great introduction to Clint Eastwood, because if you were to go back into his filmography after that, it would give you an idea of who he is as a person, and then you would go forward in his directing career. It gives you an idea. Clint Eastwood, a person who cares deeply about this country and people in the wartime experience. But a major thing to know about Clint Eastwood that's very, very interesting is a lot of the movies he made were, while they may have been military-based and war movies and everything else, in some ways they were really kind of anti-war in some way. And not like anti-war, like anti-military. He's very pro-military. But it's just like the movies were made more to be like, hey, we need people to see the toll that the wartime life has on an entire family. And we really see this.
You see that in this a lot.
And this was his most commercially successful film. This movie was big. Made a lot of money at the box office. I saw it. You didn't see it in theater.
I did not see it in theater.
I saw it in the theater. Here, put the camera on me real quick. So I remember seeing it in the theater, and whenever I saw this movie, it was a theater full of people. It was AMC here in Layton. The movie ended, and you could hear a pin drop. There was no music. There was no anything. It was just silence in the entire theater, and people just quietly walked out. And I remember staying there until the very, very end, and it was just absolute silence because it's very somber story, and it's somber how it ends.
Yeah, the movie ends like I was watching it with my family, and my mom asked me. She goes, "Did you mute the TV? Why is it quiet?" I was like, "Cause it's like a moment of silence at the end of the movie, because this movie isn't one where we're gonna break it down fully like we do the other ones. This one's more of a talking about the themes throughout it.
Absolutely.
The characters, how they are. But then also something that I wanted to talk about was the production schedule of this movie is something that I got into right at because I was like, I remember this came out in middle of the 2010s.
Yeah.
But I didn't know fully everything
Bradley
about
Cooper
Chris
put
Kyle.
on 40 pounds. Steven Spielberg was supposed to have this movie originally. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Steven Spielberg originally was attached to directing this, and he could not get the budget and everything the way he wanted to, so he dropped out. And whenever he dropped out, what ended up happening along those is Clint Eastwood came in. And I think Clint Eastwood was honestly better for this kind of movie.
Yeah.
Anyways. But tell us a little bit about the production schedule.
So Chris Kyle is an American sniper. He was a part of the Navy SEALs, and he wrote a book after his time in the military.
Yes.
And they started pre-production of this movie, so they started the writing, getting all the
incredibly popular book.
An incredibly popular book.
Yes.
Incredibly popular book. So they started writing and getting locations and everything. That's called pre-production. They started that in May of 2012. Well, Chris Kyle ended up being murdered in March of 2013.
Yes.
And so in the middle of their pre-production of getting this ready, he ended up dying. He ended up getting killed and passing away. And so they continued, and then they started actual production a year after he had passed.
Mm-hmm.
They filmed for about 6 months, edited for about 3 months, and then they released it December 2014.
Yep.
So about a little over a year after he had died, they released this movie. And I was looking into it yesterday. I was like, whoa, that's a wicked fast like production schedule. Like typically with movies nowadays, you're filming for almost a year at sometimes for depending on the scale, especially a military war movie with all those sets and locations and everything typically takes a while. And the fact they were able to get this out, I think they wanted to get it out quicker.
Well, yeah, this movie cost $59 million to make and would gross $547 million worldwide. That is insane.
That's crazy.
That is huge. It ended up being the highest grossing film in North America in 2014. That's crazy. Like in 2014, movies that came out that year were. Oh, let's just give an idea here of some of the movies that came out that year. So you had Robert Downey Jr. in The Judge, and you had you had Winter Soldier. Did you have Winter Soldier that year?
Yeah, because Civil War was 2016.
Yeah. Winter Soldier that year. It made more than Winter Soldier. You had a lot of movies like, oh my gosh, there's so much to go through. I don't think I can even go through all of them. Oh yeah, Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1 that year, Guardians of the Galaxy that year, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Lego Movie, Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies, Transformers: Age of Extinction, Maleficent, X-Men: Days of Future Past, which is massively slept on, and Big Hero 6, and American Sniper outgrossed every one of them. That is insane.
As an R-rated
movie. Like, it's just because this was such a big and honestly, like if you look up the Rotten Tomatoes of it,
it's 71%.
It's 71%, and audience scores probably
in like the 80s, I think.
Yeah. So, obviously, critics and audiences had somewhat agreed on this.
84%.
So it just and sometimes when a movie just hits with an audience, it just does. And with that short of a production time, and all the problems in between it and everything else, makes for a very interesting.
Well, and like that's what I'm saying jumping towards just the end of the movie. A spoiler alert is they have like the day that he leaves and the day that he ends up getting killed, and they tag that in there. I think that was added after he had died.
Yes,
like that was not going to be a part of the original movie because he was alive, and so that they added it.
Yeah,
on
Dark Knight and Heath Ledger, like they were, Heath Ledger dies during the making of Dark Knight, so they have to literally change the whole order and then do scenes without. Paul Walker dies in the middle of all this. What's so haunting about all of this is just that it's the nature of the work that Chris Kyle did, and kind of the struggle with PTSD, and then the person I believe that ended up killing him is believed to be a veteran with PTSD.
He was a veteran with PTSD and diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Yeah, and diagnosed with schizophrenia. So it just goes to the heartbroken nature of all of this, leaving behind a wife and child.
2 kids, yeah.
2 kids, yes. So yeah, it just makes for this is heavy. This is a really, really heavy one. But it's an important movie to talk about, so we don't, skip over these.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife, and, she's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. This is a hard one to even listen to. And I said, I get it. It's not for everybody. But I was all, if Saving Private Ryan came up on the wheel, would we skip it because it's a hard movie to watch? And she's all, well, there's no way. And I'm all, okay. Like, you have to talk about these movies because they're important movies. Yeah. They're important parts of, and I think that movies, how do you feel like movies help us to navigate tough subjects like this?
I think it gives a way for some people to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because especially a movie like this where it gives a peek in, because there's so many times so many people ridicule so many not like based on true stories, but sometimes, but military movies, because they're like, that's not what it's like.
Yeah.
You can't. And a movie, like when you have movies like this that actually show.
Well, yeah, and I do want to speak to that note because I do believe that there are a lot of people who love the military and maybe have good intentions, but they romanticize the idea of the military and war and all of these things, and they built this whole personality around that. And then I know that there are veterans that watch that when you go back and after they see these movies, they can't watch them again. Like I know that my brother-in-law couldn't make it through the Hurt Locker because he drove transportation. He saw vehicles explode in war. So he couldn't even make it through it because it was so real. But then other times when they see movies that are so not real, it almost seems like
offensive.
Yeah, it's offensive to them. Like you're taking something that was incredibly, and like these guys saw people die. So it's just there's a sensitivity, but movies do help us.
Yeah, they help you. They help you find like one common ground with people, but then also like if you had questions, like I was asking my dad throughout parts of this. I've seen it with him before, but I was asking him again. I was like, well, what does this mean? Why are they doing that? Like when they're pounding the stuff into his casket.
Yeah. And
I was like, what? Explain that to me. And my dad, being somebody who was in the Air Force, he goes, oh, well, this is what it is. This is why they're doing it. And it was a way for me to be able to connect and learn more about.
When they fold a flag, every fold has a meaning. When they do a 21-gun salute, every shot, every bullet, like it all has meaning. Like there's a lot of meaning put to all of those things because of the sacrifice that people have gone through, which leads us to we're at our movie right now.
Yeah. So in this movie, this is about Chris Kyle and his life. He grew up. He wanted to be a cowboy originally. He wanted to ride bulls. But then he, like he says in the movie, he felt like he was destined for more, so he joins the Navy, and he becomes
the most lethal sniper in American history. Like not even close. And I really like how Clint Eastwood takes something that is like, wow, that's incredible, but also sad. That he had to take that many lives.
Well, I mean, that's how it starts out with the beginning in his first one, and even he goes, that's not how I pictured.
The impossible choice. Yeah, the very beginning. This movie. I mean, this is that first sequence in the movie. Is oh my gosh, it is so intense. He's on that rooftop in Fallujah. He is looking through a scope and he sees a mom
and her kid,
and she hands
him a grenade
to the child. And he has seconds to decide whether he's going to shoot the child.
And that's where it starts out. Where he said, "I didn't expect that to be my first one." He's like, this is awful, but throughout the movie he continues to do his job. Yeah, because very beginning we see his dad tell him, in this family we don't quit. Yeah. If somebody's messing with you or your brother, you finish it.
And can I rewind just a little bit? I believe in that opening, a major thing that Clint Eastwood is Clint Eastwood has come out saying that, and I said this before we started recording, that this movie, he views this as an anti-war movie, not anti-military, but anti-war. And he wants you to feel, you'll never feel the level of uncomfortable that Chris Kyle felt, but he wants you to feel uncomfortable with the decisions that sometimes military people have to make. And it does. It goes forward to his dad and gives his childhood origins, all of these kind of things. In Texas?
Yeah, in Texas.
Yeah.
And his dad, like one of the first things we see, this actually ties into later in the movie. He's hunting with his dad. He shoots a deer. He drops his gun to go check out the deer, and he says, "You never leave your rifle in the dirt," which flash forward to later in the movie, he's running for his life and he leaves his rifle in the dirt, which
absolutely.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But we get to see him enlist into the Navy SEALs, where he gets told this isn't for the faint of heart, and he goes, well, I'm not most people. Yeah. He's ready for it, but he's doing this in his 30s. Like, he's 30 years old.
Yeah, no, he's not some young, he's young generally, but he's not some like out of high school person. He grew up in a relatively Christian family, and hunting and all of this kind of stuff. And that's when we see the what is it, that philosophy, his dad's the sheep.
Yeah, where he says there's the sheep, the wolves, and the sheepdogs. He says, we're not sheep in this family. I'll beat you if you're a wolf. He goes, but we're sheepdogs.
Yes. Yeah, really framing the way his dad built him to be a protector.
Yeah.
Like that, even in such a way that he built him to be a protector, even if it was maybe not very good for Chris. Mm-hmm. Like there were things that he was taught in those years.
And you see that throughout this entire movie. He becomes what they call the legend because he's the most deadly sniper that they have. He's protecting these guys as they're going door to door, and he's taking people out that are trying to do harm to them.
Well, yeah, and being a protector, as his dad has built up in him, is incredible. But like, you know, if you're watching this, and I know this is a far more serious episode, so I think it's better for us to get into more serious themes. Anytime you start to get this savior complex or protector idea when it comes to anything you do in life, it is an emotional wreck for you. Mm-hmm. So I can't even imagine what he's going through here of like, you know, being a protector is probably going to help him survive war. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, being a protector also probably makes it impossible for him to emotionally process.
Oh yeah, and
everything.
Well, you see that through this where he's taking care of them. And there's even parts where he goes, you know, I'm going to go down there with them because, like, I can't see them in the house. I can't protect them when they go into the buildings. Mm-hmm. I can only protect them on the outsides.
Well, and is it 9/11 that ultimately
is what sets them? Yeah, is what gets them deployed. Because he joins before that.
Yes.
He meets Taya, who will be his wife and the mother of his kids.
Played by
Sienna Miller.
Sienna Miller, who's great in this. Mm-hmm. She's very, very good in this.
And he sees 9/11. They get deployed. That's where he's doing his tours, is in Iraq. Mm-hmm. And so he ends up going door to door with them to start doing stuff. So he's not watching over them anymore. And that's when they introduce in this movie. I looked up to see if it was a real person. He's mentioned in the books, but it's kind of like a amalgamation of a bunch of rumors of an enemy sniper, where they were talking about,
which one is he?
Mustafa, the one that shoots over 2,000 meters away.
Yes.
That was an amalgamation of a bunch of rumors compiled into a person.
It built up into this almost character. Yeah.
Where there was a guy who wasn't Iraqi, but he was a sniper who came to Iraq and they built it. It was more, that was
the butcher, Mustafa, mm-hmm. The Syrian sniper, all of these different ones. And where he becomes this, they use this as a means to like this is where he becomes a legend. Mm-hmm. Chris Kyle becomes a legend. Yeah, I remember.
And with all of the legend stuff, you see it on Chris. He doesn't like it necessarily. He's like, stop it. But you see it more affect him negatively when he's back at home.
Yes.
And like one of the times he's there with his kid
because it does this jump back and forth.
Yeah, you jump between him on tour and not on tour. Mm-hmm. And when he's back home, he's with his wife. He's with his kids.
How do you go from being a legend in this kind of wartime world to being a husband and a father and then how do you handle I don't mean this to sound like silly, but loud noises and erraticness and all of it shows how messed up this made him.
Yeah, and you see on some of the times where he's like, one of the times he's there with he's there with his son at a mechanic shop for his truck, mm-hmm. and Jonathan Groff, I recognized him.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, he's in this one. He's the one who comes to talk to them at the tire shop, where he tells his son, he goes, "Hey, your dad's a hero. He saved me, and he saved countless other guys back there." Oh. But you can see how like visibly uncomfortable it's making.
Oh,
him.
He doesn't want to be referred to as well, and there's a lot of military people who, when they come back, there's this. I love the idea of folks being, going up to our veterans and telling them thank you for your service and everything. But there are some veterans that very much struggle with it. Mm-hmm. Like I would rather. It's not that they want to ignore what they went through, but they're kind of compartmentalizing a lot of their pain, and that's what he's doing very much. Mm-hmm. So. He becomes this legend. All of this
is one of the guys that he went through training with, Mark Lee. Mark Lee ends up dying. Mm-hmm. And his wife is trying to talk to him about how he was feeling. Like, did Mark ever talk to you about any of these feelings that he had or anything? And he said it wasn't going over there that got him killed. It was writing that letter is what got him killed.
Yeah.
Because he says he'd just given up.
Yeah.
And it's another time where Clint Eastwood is showing you.
How did Mark Lee pass?
He got shot. They walked it. So Biggles got shot. And when they came, they were like, hey, out of emotion, they were going to go back and try to get the guy who shot him.
Yeah.
And even Chris says, we went in it with emotion and we went straight into a trap.
Yeah. And so these characters and these people like Mark or like Biggles or any one of these, to somebody like Chris Kyle, their voices are probably etched in his brain forever. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, for some of us that lose a friend, we lose a friend and then we go, man, I'll miss that person forever, depending on the severity of that relationship. But when you've been in wartime with someone, you know, in my 6 years, I never was ever put in a situation. I did serve overseas as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom, but I never served in a situation where I was ever really fully at any major risk. Not like these guys. Like, there are guys that, you know, not all military jobs are created equal, and it doesn't mean that every military person is going to end up in war. But Chris Kyle and his brotherhood of people, they very much were.
Oh yeah, and part of that is his brother went into the Marines.
Yes,
and I think that's part of why he, at least in the movie, wanted to start going door to door with them, is because he said they didn't get the same training as Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
They're like, he's like, some of these guys got like maybe 6 months of trainings and they gave him a gun and sent him in the front lines.
Yep.
And so he views those Marines as his brother, as like his actual brother that he sees, especially when he sees his brother getting on the plane back home. Mm-hmm. And his brother is just like shaken. Like he's just, he's like, there's just the way that he speaks. He goes, he hates it here. He goes, this is awful.
Yeah.
And that's where Chris is kind of like, oh, I'm always in the back.
Yeah.
Pretty much hidden. And they're the ones going into it. Like,
well, yeah, he's on roofs, tops. Mm-hmm. He's at doorways. He's down in rooms below windows. Everything. Like, they're out there in front, and he's back here as a sniper. And I do think a couple of the things that are most interesting about this movie, like you said, we're not doing a like full breakdown, but you know, I do think that Sienna Miller and how they do switch back and forth from not the real world, but his home life and what he's facing, the reality of war, is really interesting.
And I mean,
really incredibly interesting. And she's very, very good.
Oh yeah, in the front of the home life, being a dependent of my dad, who it's like I understand that life of only seeing your dad or your parent ever so much. Like that was me from like the age of, I want to say, like 4 or 5 all the way up until about 8. Yeah. Was he would get sent overseas or he'd get sent somewhere and I wouldn't get to see him that much. And I can tell you it does, like as she was saying to him, where he's like, your kids need you here. Yeah. It's like, it was never a point for me though where I was like, oh, my dad's always gone. I was like, I know what he's doing.
Yeah, like and there's nothing wrong with her wanting her husband to be there. That's really, really important. And there's also nothing wrong with him wanting to be there with the guys as he knows they're out there at war. Like, both of them are not wrong. That's actually what makes the conflict so hard. And the guilt factor that these guys feel, you know, this isn't good versus bad. There's different levels of duty that these people are. She has a duty to her family, and he does. Mm-hmm. But he also has this duty to them, and she's, whether you know, that's why we say that military spouses are so important, because whether they wanted to or not, they signed up for it as well, for that same responsibility. And I think the other thing I really like is it's really careful to not like glorify what he does. But it does a great job of showing us the effects of PTSD without over-explaining PTSD.
Oh, well, you have when he's back at the party and his kids are playing with the dog, but the dog is like scene. Is like nipping at his neck, and he goes into, because the dogs over there are always trying to bite at your face, and so he's went into protector mode, but it's his family dog.
Oh yeah, well, isn't it crazy? Like, isn't it like it's so interesting how Chris seems calmer when he's in combat than he is at home.
Well, you still have the part too where he's at the same party when he's like officially back, because he tells him this is after he's left his rifle in the dirt. He took out that other sniper, and he's like, I'm ready to come back home. You see him sitting in a chair and you looking at a TV, and you assume on the TV is news footage or something, because earlier in the movie they show you him watching footage of like that his friends had sent him back from over there, and you assume he's watching that again. But then the camera, Clint Eastwood does a thing where the camera pans around and it's just all in his head because the TV's off.
Yes.
He's just zoning out. So he does a good job of showing of like what PTSD.
Yeah. Well, the effect that it has on someone.
The effect that it has.
And it does a great job of like respecting Chris Kyle as this. He is a strong, capable, incredible figure. But his strength, his capability, the legends behind him do not cancel out the fact that this is a deeply injured person. Mm-hmm. Like really, really, and it carries about I think that's what makes this movie so good. And if you care about issues of like mental health and what movies talk about, and you care about that and the effect that it has, and I mean, especially as we are not in like the same period of time, but we are seeing soldiers go out to war now, and people affected by these things. We also should be willing to like movies could maybe like movies like this or even The Hurt Locker or others could give us a little bit better, clearer view of what damage it can do.
And what you see also, because like towards like the end of the movie, after all this stuff at the barbecue, he goes to the VA hospital to talk with somebody because his wife wants him to, and he tells him, I'm able-bodied right now. He goes, but I quit for my family, but I know I could be over there protecting more people, because he says it's not the people that I didn't save, it's the people that I could, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And so he goes, well, this hospital's full of people that need saving. Mm-hmm. And that's when he introduced him to a lot of the guys who are recovering from injuries and stuff that they sustained in battle. And that's where he starts getting the like program where he works with disabled veterans and people dealing with PTSD to...
Oh, yeah. Which is the lead up to... which is... The leading to his healing will eventually be his demise. Mm-hmm. And that's heartbreaking. Something that could eventually be very healing to him. But it also is... It just shows you that Chris Kyle could never, ever give up on the other soldiers. Mm-hmm. I love that scene of the sandstorm during the final deployment. It's a really, really powerful scene. I mean, it kind of like shows that he's like had it on some point. Really, 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 really good. But ultimately, he gets to this to help struggling veterans, and I mean, there's just emotion that he gets to feel and empathy for all of them. And which leads to the ultimate end, which is
him and his family moved to Texas, and he is talking with his wife and his kids, and he's being a family man. And he goes, me and a buddy are going to take one of the guys who's struggling. His mom asked me to help her son and talk with him. He goes, we're going to go to the firing range, and ultimately at that firing range is where he gets killed by this veteran who had PTSD and schizophrenia. And it truly is like because it's one of those things where I love movies based on true stories, but when like this one, like typically in these movies you have that moment where it goes, oh, and to this day he's doing this and this, but this one he goes out sober. This one he goes out to the car, he talks to the guy, he says, hey, we're gonna go,
and ends.
His wife closes the door, and then it fades to black, and it just says, later that day, Chris Kyle was murdered by the guy he was trying to help.
Yes, and then after that, it shows pictures.
It shows pictures of his funeral and all the people who were celebrating him as a military veteran, as a protector. Like when they show his casket, they show something earlier in the movie where they show them slamming their tridents into it. His had pretty much almost any person he served with came in.
Oh yeah, they would hit it into it as a sign of honor. And so it's very beautiful, but at the same time, it's haunting. Because
you think if he had still been alive too right now, like the things that he could be doing for people.
Oh yeah, like the differences that this movie would have made and everything else in regards to helping people in that way. Would the movie had been as successful had that not happened to him?
Possibly. I don't think it would have been nearly though, like as much as it was.
I think it would have been. It's one of those things that, like, you know, I hate to make this like correlation because his was very much not suicide, whereas like Heath Ledger and these things, but Dark Knight was so large because not only was it an incredible movie, but it also hits this like zeitgeist moment where everybody knows that this is not only a great Heath Ledger performance prior to his death, but they're learning stories of how tortured he was while he's making this. And it's the idea of like the train crash, and do I want to look at the train crash? And what's really, really sad about us as a society is we always want to look at the train crash. We do. Like, it's really sad, honestly, that we care about looking at it so much. But it's why these movies are as big as they are, because we can't help ourselves. We can't help ourselves, and we want to look at the thing, and then we see it, and then we're like, I don't want to see that. Like, it's like, for me, this is not a movie I want to rewatch. But it could be a really helpful, important movie for another person to see. But the fact that it's not rewatchable, to me, does not mean it's not good. Mm-hmm. This is a great movie. It's a very, very good movie. Mm-hmm. So, any other final thoughts before we give it its score?
There's some movies that in this vein for me, like one of them is Sound of Freedom. That's one I don't think I don't need to watch again.
Yeah,
just it's an important movie, good movie, but it's I understand that where there's just some that it's like it's not one that I need to rewatch a ton of the time.
No, you don't. You don't want to watch these movies ever again. But you still need to talk about them. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a good one worth talking about, just like some of those other war movies. So what would you rank this movie on a kernel scale?
On a kernel scale, I'd give it 3.5.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think 3.5 is very fair.
3.5. I
think there are better movies of its kind. Mm-hmm. I do think it's great in what it does, but yeah, it's an important movie. It was major that year. The fact that it beat all of those movies box office wise is incredible to me. I cannot believe that, especially seeing that it was released in December.
Yeah, it was a Christmas Day movie.
And yet it went into January and February and just had legs. Mm-hmm. Like those early first two Avatar movies that are just like making millions and millions of dollars. So, but ultimately that leads us into our ranking. We always do a ranking, and even though that this is a little more of a somber one, it's still an important episode for us to do these things. And our producer back there, let him know you're here, producer.
I'm here.
Yes.
He doesn't have a camera this time.
Ponson doesn't have a camera this time, but he is with us. And he actually mentioned something yesterday as we were talking about this, because you've only seen 3 war movies.
Correct.
And when we talk about war movies, we're not talking about like you'll see on here like Captain America and
Wonder Woman, Starship
Woman, Starship Troopers, which I can't think are ridiculous.
Did you know that was on there? Did you not see that one?
I did see it on there, and I don't really want it to be on there, but it's fine. It's fine. Because they're not really war movies. These were genuinely war movies. You've
military
only seen 3 military movies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna venture some guesses. Mm-hmm.
Should read the clues that I gave to the audience.
I'll read them right now. I'll read them right now. So let me see here. Okay. The clues that you gave to us were and I ended up asking one more question to make it even more of a clarifier, seeing as I was a person that grew up on tons of these type of movies. So these movies were all released after 2000.
Yes.
None of these movies are the ones people quote constantly.
Right.
2 of these movies are remembered more for their form than their plot.
Correct.
One of the stories is wide but fragmented. One is narrow but relentless. One is isolated almost the entire time.
Oh, I know that one.
Only one of these movies has a lead where if you paused it and said this is a war movie, people might be confused.
I think I know that one too.
So I think wide but fragmented. My guess for wide but fragmented, and this was my first one that I thought, because you're such a lover of Christopher Nolan films, is that Dunkirk.
I think Dunkirk's one of them, but I don't think it's that one.
Dunkirk is that one.
It's wide but fragmented.
Really?
Yeah,
Wide
absolutely.
but fragmented.
Yeah, like
it's
told across a bunch of different timelines, and there's all kinds of different stuff going on.
and that's one of the ones that is more known for its form than the plot.
Yeah, no, like it's like if you would think of the beauty of how that movie was made as a war movie, but if you asked a lot of people to go back and go tell you the plot lines of what's happening here,
A lot of Nolan movies are like that. Nolan is an innovator.
so I would have guessed Dunkirk immediately. I was thinking last night, it's got to be Dunkirk because of your love of
Christopher Nolan.
anything Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
Okay, narrow but relentless. 1917.
See, again, I think 1917, but I didn't think it was that one. I thought 1917 would have been the one that was felt isolated.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Relentless is a nod to the one scene,
one take.
Well, yeah, that's why I thought you would say isolated. It felt isolated because it was just one.
No, that's different.
I'm
That's a
glad.
different
I'm
clue.
glad I had the 2, but not on the right
You
clue.
not on the right clue. That's
I'm
so
I
glad.
think the last one is incredibly on the nose.
Isolated. Is it Fury?
I think it's Lone Survivor.
The last one is not.
Not on this.
Is it Buried?
It's in the bottom.
Oh, it's in the bottom.
Is it the movie called Buried?
No.
Okay.
It's down here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Edge of Tomorrow?
No.
No. Okay, hold on. It is Lone.
Isolated.
Think about this last movie is the one.
The Last
with
of the Mohicans?
where the lead is. If
You pause it and it's.
You wouldn't think it's a war movie because the lead is not known for action movies.
Wind Talkers. Nicolas Cage, Wind Talkers.
Mm-mm.
It's down here.
Oh my gosh. But it's 2000.
Rescue Dawn?
Mm-mm. And this is also the clue about it's isolated.
And it's not Last of the Mohicans.
Overlord?
The isolation clue is more about the plot. The plot involves the lead.
Defy
isolated.
Bloods?
Kingdom of Heaven?
No.
Is it Defy Bloods?
That's not the Five Bloods.
Is it Mulan?
No.
Okay.
It's on.
I'm just going a bridge too far.
You're just reading them out at this point. Hold on. Okay. Is it Warhorse?
No.
Is it Troy?
Do any of those feature somebody that isn't typically in an action
I
movie?
mean, Brad Pitt's only been in like one other war movie.
But Brad Pitt has also been in like Fight Club, and
I'm thinking 2000s. It's not Che, is it?
he's known for comedy. He's more of a comedy actor than anything else.
Good Morning Vietnam.
No.
That would have been my guess.
um,
What is it?
Behind Enemy Lines.
Oh, Behind Enemy Line. Oh, yeah, that's a really fun one.
Starring Owen Wilson.
Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Yes. A fun movie.
Fun movie.
Fun movie. Doesn't take itself too seriously.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
But you would see how the clues.
Yes, I do. I do. But
Well done.
hey, I got 2.
Yes. All
hey,
done.
I got 2, just a different from not the
I
right
guessed
clues.
2 with his clues.
Yeah,
Clues.
without
Yes.
on the wrong clue. Did I think I got? Can you at least understand the whole isolated thing with 1917 on my thought process?
I can
on that?
understand how you can, but that isolated was about Behind Enemy Lines, Fragmented was Dunkirk, and Relentless was
Behind Enemy
1917.
Lines was after 2000.
2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I thought it was. I thought that was earlier than that.
Yeah,
so
that's why when you asked, I had to Google it.
yeah,
That was the only one
I
I,
can
had to
understand
Google.
you're isolated lone survivor.
yeah. Like I
And,
thought.
and I've never seen any of I've not seen Saving Private Ryan, Pearl Harbor,
Lone
The
Survivor,
Patriot,
apparently.
like
What?
none of the
Oh,
all of the best, like everyone, like all
the
the
ones
movies
that
everyone
everybody
talks
says are
about,
the best.
I have not seen
Yeah.
any of those.
I feel you. All right, let's do our ranking here.
Yeah.
So we typically do a ranking of where am I at here? Okay, there I am. We typically do a ranking of S, A, B, C, D. S being superior, superb. Some might say superb, phenomenal, but sensational. Yes. And then A, B, C, D. D is like it's not. It's like an unwatchable mess. Yeah. And you know what is not a D movie? Super Mario Brothers. The Bob Hoskins one. That is not a D.
That's right.
I literally rewatched it the other day and was like, you know what? This is a turd, but it's still fun to watch.
Yeah.
For how bad it is.
Man, wild take.
That is an important distinction. There are movies that are so bad you can't see, and there are movies that are so bad it's fun to watch.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know, like, on here,
The toughest part about it is going to be reading some of them.
there are.
Like, what is
I
this?
know. This is Letters to Iwo Jima.
Okay.
I know all of them. I
Okay.
can read them from the actual posters. And then 1917 here. So I can help you with all that stuff. But, and then we don't have one right here.
No.
Okay.
It goes right here.
Good. Okay, let's start at the top there with 13 Hours. Is this the Michael Bay?
John Krasinski.
Yeah, Michael Bay, John Krasinski, Benghazi, the Benghazi one. Yeah, it's B.
I would agree. I was gonna say A. This was one of the, because with a lot of the military war movies, growing up, a lot of them are R-rated.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to watch a ton of them growing up. 13 Hours.
Is this one PG-13?
I think this one PG-13.
No way.
But I mean, it came out at a time when I was old enough to watch it.
Nice.
When I was old enough to watch it.
Little sheltered boy.
What can I say? You know, the parents didn't want. They said, "Hey,
No, it's cool, man.
you gotta wait." till
No, it's rated R, man.
I wasn't allowed to watch
Was it-
Rugrats, so
Your parents let you watch it because it was warm.
When did it come out?
That's why.
When did it come out?
2016.
Yeah, I was 16, 17 in that time.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
you're born in 2000,
No, I was born in 1998.
so you're 17, 18.
Yeah, so it takes place as they're trying to get soldiers, or they're trying to get people out of the, what is it? The
Afghanistan.
they're trying to get them out of.
Al-Qaeda.
They're trapped in a U.S. consulate. That's what it was. They're trapped in and they're trying to get people out of it. You're just saying words.
And they're in Benghazi. It's because it's called 13 Hours of Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
You guys were just you guys were talking about the movie, and
Yes.
as while y'all were talking about American Sniper, I was looking it up.
Yeah.
I was living in Dallas the day that Chris Kyle was killed.
Really?
I actually remember the day. I did not connect it.
Oh my
until
gosh.
Just now.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
John Krasinski.
I don't know that there's a single movie on here that's going to end up being a D.
Honestly-
I don't know that there is. We'll see. 1917 S tier.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's gorgeous. Sam Mendes.
I was worried you were about to say. I thought you were about to say A, and I was
No
like,
way.
No,
It's
no, no,
beautiful. It's amazing to look at. It's rewatchable purely for technique. Like it's just amazing.
Just say my. What if we were to watch that? What would I say about it? What would I go? Just look.
You'd be
at
like
it.
the
This is where the
cinematography.
The cinematography.
I was gonna say this is where the cut happens.
This is where the cut happens. The cinematography. See how they splice these things together. But they do it so like I remember so many visuals from that movie. I remember that scene when
He's
they're
running in the
back
field.
in the ruins. Well, the field scene, but they're in the ruins of those, and you see that light shining
Yeah.
and all the shadows, and it's all oh my gosh.
This
Deacons
is a
like-
movie that we watched in my cinematography class.
But yeah, it's one of the most important of the modern era. Like it's incredibly important. It's really, really good.
Hey, the Alamo. You can't forget the Alamo. Remember the Alamo.
The Alamo is a C at best. Like it's
Is
not.
it a military movie or is it about the actual Alamo?
It is about the actual Alamo, so I
So
don't
it's
know
not
that this
really a
is
military movie.
it's a war movie, not really a
Battle of
military
the Alamo,
movie.
dude.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do a movie on the Alamo,
You have to remember it.
Exactly. You have
And
to
it's not.
remember it.
Billy Bob Thornton in this one, directed by John Lee Hancock. What would be the Rotten Tomatoes for that one?
Oh, it's not even coming up. Hang on, let me click it. 29%.
Yeah,
29% and 46%.
yeah, not great at all. So we'll give it a C.
Dennis
Actually,
Quaid was in there.
let's go ahead and I'm gonna say it deserves a D.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It is not
I think
good.
Yeah.
I like Billy Bob Thornton,
Would
but
you ever watch it again?
No, I would never watch it again
because you never forget it.
because I would never forget it. I would never forget the Alamo.
This has Zoe Deschanel's sister in it. This is Emily Deschanel.
Yes, yeah, Emily Deschanel from Bones.
American Sniper.
Bones, great show. Great show. American Sniper is a
I think he goes with.
it's B.
Yeah, I think he
for
goes
me.
with 13 hours.
I think it's B for me. I think there are better versions of that. Apocalypse Now. S, absolutely. There's you're talking Francis Ford Coppola. You're talking cinematography. You're talking music.
Gibson, right?
You're talking not Mel Gibson.
Not Mel Gibson.
No. You're talking Martin Sheen. You're talking incredible cast. Like this is
What am I thinking?
You're talking Robert Duvall. I
Lawrence
love the
Fishburne, Harrison Ford.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
This one starts
I'm
where.
thinking of Apocalypto.
Oh, this one starts. Dude's looking up. You see fan going around, and it cut. But the sound of the fan is a helicopter, and then it goes to the helicopter flying in when they're.
It's really sad to see Francis Ford Coppola making movies like the one he made with Adam Driver. What is it called? Megalopolis. Megapolis, which is such a turd of a movie. It's really it's cool to look at, but it just doesn't make any sense. Versus Apocalypse Now being true cinema. You
gotta hit the
cinema. Black Hawk Down. I love this movie. I think Black Hawk Down is one of the greatest war movies ever made of its kind. This is a what's his name? Made Aliens, or made not Aliens, but made Alien. He made a Gladiator. Ridley Scott. This is a Ridley Scott movie. If you've never seen it, you need to see it. To me, Black Hawk Down is an S tier movie. It is so good. It's so good. Look up.
I would agree.
It's so good. I mean,
I would agree with you on that one. Not like you said, there's gonna be tough because a lot of these movies they do so well.
Oh,
they do them so.
Black
well.
Hawk Down, Rotten Tomato score 77 and 88. So maybe an A. I think it's gonna be at the bottom of the S's, especially when I see some of the other ones on here. But it is still
Tom Hardy, Josh Hartnett,
Ewan McGregor,
Orlando
man.
Bloom.
Oh yeah, huge cast. They're so good in it. Absolutely amazing movie. I want to go and this one, when it comes to rewatchable movies that are war movies, absolutely rewatchable.
Nice.
Eric Bana's character in this as a special forces guy, so good. He's so good. He is bad, dude. He's awesome. It is so much better than 13 Hours. 13 Hours is good. It is so much better. Born on the 4th of July.
Tom Cruise.
This is a really great performance piece movie. It's an Oliver Stone film. I think it's an A purely for performance. I do think that it does a better job than American Sniper at truly making you feel deeply uncomfortable for how a veteran is affected after the Vietnam War. I know there are some vets that would probably disagree with me, but I do believe that Tom Cruise is doing an incredible job in this. It shows you the effects, and then what's really heartbreaking is Born on the 4th of July shows you how a country like ours sometimes forgets its veterans. And they come and they serve in war and they lose their legs and they lose their life and their family are forgotten and everything else. And Tom Cruise's character is virtually forgotten and has to fight for his own resources, which is incredible.
In thinking of that, you want to know what's crazy is that was not, as far as I know, I didn't see it down here. Because if you were like, some of these, you're like, not really war movies. I'm surprised Forrest Gump wasn't a part of this.
War adjacent, but The
Hunt for Red October.
I'm just surprised.
Yes.
Surprised.
Now, while Braveheart is not like a modern war era movie, it is of a war at one time, but I mean, and it's not like it's like fantasy. It's
real life.
It's a real story of William Wallace. My wife and I went to Scotland, and we actually got to go to the memorial for William Wallace. William Wallace is a hero in Scotland.
Which this brings, and I guess like kind of the Alamo does too. I made a point to them where I said there is a distinction when it comes to war movies and then military movies.
Yes, this is a war movie.
This is a war movie.
And a lot of the ones we've shown here are military movies. This is a war movie, and I think as far as war movies go, you know,
I think it has to be at least a B. At least a B.
It's an A. It's an A movie. I don't think it quite holds up to S tier, although it won a lot of Academy Awards. But I think on rewatch,
a great movie. It was a great
I think on rewatch, I would still rank all of these movies above it. I would put it ahead of Tom Cruise.
You could take our land, or you could take our land,
but you'll never take
our freedom.
Yes, a great movie. Captain America,
the first Avenger.
The first Avenger, and we're ranking this as a war movie. And as a war movie, I
C.
give it a C.
Yeah, as a war movie,
yes.
It is C.
I will give it a C, and I will.
And for those of you who go, Captain America, that's not a. It happened. It's World War II.
It's World War.
He's quite literally in World War II.
No one disagrees with you here, bro.
I'm talking to the people at home.
They're not arguing with you either.
I know who's going to argue with me about this.
Who?
Brittany. Brittany's going to argue with me about this.
Hey, you can't call people out directly, especially family members.
Brittany, I apologize.
Yes. All right. Dunkirk.
S.
Yes, I have to say S. Absolutely. I think it's
A.
I say S. Well, purely because of technique.
Technique. I mean, cast.
No,
you
it's
say
a
it doesn't
good movie.
like.
I'm
Well,
saying,
we saw your hints. I think this is also the reason I thought this one where you said wouldn't be, you could pause it and wouldn't be in a World War movie is Harry Styles. It's Harry Styles.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, Harry Styles, Cillian Murphy, Tom Hardy, Kenneth Branagh,
yeah, it's really, really good. And I think it is. I think it's a classic. I would put it probably bottom of S.
Yeah.
But we'll see what we get in here.
Yeah. Flags of Our Fathers.
Flags of Our Fathers. Which one was that one? Was that a Clint Eastwood?
I think so. 2006.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually released two movies. Let's actually do both of these. So he released within the same year. I think he released Flags of Our Fathers and Letters to Iwo Jima. And Flags of Our Fathers was the American viewpoint of the movie, and Letters to Iwo Jima was the Japanese viewpoint of the movie and how the movie affected the Japanese. I think these are both pretty close. Like, this is Ryan Phillippe. This is
Walker's
Jesse Bradford. Paul Walker. It's a pretty decent movie. I would say that this is probably both of them deserve to be a B.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And let's go ahead and take Letters to Iwo Jima. Although I think that Flags of Our Fathers is better. No, Letters to Iwo Jima is better than Flags of Our Fathers, in my opinion.
Right.
Full Metal Jacket, Stanley Kubrick.
Oh my goodness, this movie messed with me the first time I watched it.
Yeah, it's a disturbing movie.
This movie, Vincent D'Onofrio, his whole,
oh yeah,
this is my rifle, this is my gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
this movie is S tier, and I will.
It is S tier.
I don't have too many S tiers.
No,
in this genre,
we told you, just in genre, this
genre.
Full Metal Jacket inspired so many other.
This is Stanley Kubrick, and this isn't even here's if I were judging Full Metal Jacket against other Stanley Kubrick movies, then Doctor Strangelove would be higher, and The Shining would possibly be higher. But it's still an incredibly important movie, and it's brutal. It's just it's brutal. Matthew Modine. Oh yeah, so good, so good.
Bars of soap. It's
the shower scene.
The shower scene. It's so there's also some funny moments in it, but then it's also
Arlie Ermy as his
Private Joker.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's just incredibly quotable. I think it has to be in there. Fury.
I freaking love Fury.
Fury is a fun movie. I don't think I would put it quite up in there as the S tier.
I was thinking A.
It would be
like a low A.
B. So, like, I would put it at the highest end. I'd put it in front of 13 Hours on B or below Tom Cruise.
I agree. I'll put it there. I love this movie.
I like Shia LaBeouf in this movie.
Shia LaBeouf in this movie. Brad Pitt in this movie. It was just having an entire movie focused around.
What's his name? Punisher?
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
We're there.
I love John Bernthal. He is the best.
This came out in 2014 also.
I'm so excited for this year because we've got some Punisher stuff coming with John Bernthal. We've got Odyssey with John Bernthal. John Bernthal is having a moment.
If I had a nickel for every time John Bernthal and Tom Holland were going to be in a movie together this year, I'd have 2 nickels.
That's true.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happening twice.
And if you ever want to listen to a really interesting podcast, listen to John Bernthal's podcast.
Michael Pena, Logan Lerman,
it's great.
This was, and the whole movie is pretty much them in a tank.
It is very rewatchable. It's very rewatchable.
Glory.
Okay, so this is Civil War. Morgan Freeman. Okay, this is that pivotal scene in Glory where Denzel Washington's character is lashed. His back receives lashes. Yeah. Really, really hard, difficult movie and everything to watch. But an important and good movie. But honestly, not one of my favorites of its kind. Glory to me is a B.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a B.
I could see. I can agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this like where on B?
Probably after Sniper.
After Sniper?
Yeah. Yeah, in my opinion.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning Vietnam is it's so hard to rank this one against other films.
Vietnam.
Because Robin Williams is so incredibly good. Is the film around it as good as Robin Williams is? I don't think so. But Robin Williams is really good, so I think it belongs in B territory just because of its emotional weight. I like it more than Glory, and I like it more than Sniper.
All right.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Another S.
Andrew Garfield. No, Hacksaw Ridge is not an S tier.
It's such a good movie.
It's not even Mel Gibson's best.
But it's such a good movie.
It's a very good movie. And I think it's a really interesting story of a guy
Lord, give me the strength to just save one more.
Well, he's of a guy who is a pacifist. And, like, he ultimately has to go to war. But, you know, his religious belief, you know, makes it where he can't kill. Yeah. And I do think that is a beautiful story, and I think it's beautifully done, and I think Vince Vaughn's good in it. And I do appreciate willingness to work with it, but Hacksaw Ridge to me is like
high tier A.
No, low tier A, high tier B. I like Fury more than Hacksaw Ridge.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna put Fury up here, and I'm gonna put this one down here.
Yeah, I think Fury's just much more.
Hey, this is a family-friendly podcast, but this next movie it has it's Inglorious. We'll call it Inglorious.
Yes. So this movie is absolutely incredible. Inglorious. Absolutely. Quentin Tarantino's film.
I'm surprised you haven't seen this one.
This one is.
I didn't see it because of the bad word in there.
You're talking about we're talking about a movie where Brad Pitt and these guys are scalping Nazis.
I'm actually not a big Tarantino fan.
And so they're scalping Nazis. You've got some really incredible scenes.
You make that deal?
It's brutal. It's brutal. This movie to me is a low tier A movie for me. Like, I know it's not for everybody, but I love.
It's so quotable.
It's not his best. I think Pulp is better. I think that
How about you, Udovich?
Django is better.
What about that? What about you, Udovich? You take that deal? I take that deal. I don't blame you. Dang good deal.
Brad Pitt's great in it. But it's not even Brad Pitt's best role.
Never heard that quote in my life.
You've never heard that quote?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is Brad Pitt's best role.
I've seen that in a meme now more than anything, where somebody's like, you take that deal? I take that deal.
I tell you, man, I'm
Pearl
not a
Harbor.
Tarantino fan.
Pearl Harbor, I think, is a C.
Oh man,
It's an important event in history and an important movie,
it's not an important movie.
but it's like
This is such a turd of a movie.
Is it? I mean, but when I say it's an important, this is one of those movies where this is something that a history class puts on.
Yes, and if they do, they would be
you
far better
typically
with
see
better
history?
documentaries.
Do you typically see history class movies?
Like,
made-
this
We
is
watched
not a-
this in a history class.
Oh, and you shouldn't have, because it's not a war movie. It's a romance movie that's about a love triangle between Josh Hartnett, Ben Affleck, and Kate Beckinsale. And Kate Beckinsale is gorgeous in this movie.
Is
as
this
she
the
is
one that?
always.
Is this the one that I'm not? What's the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. in it?
Radio.
No. Golly.
You're thinking Men of Honor?
Isn't that the?
Men of Honor is the
And Pearl Harbor
scuba-
happens in that one too, right?
Well, no, Pearl Harbor. He's in this one.
He
too.
is in this one?
Yeah, he's in this one too. He's a gunner.
Yeah.
He's a gunner in this one.
Okay, maybe
This movie is made by Michael Bay, and
That makes sense.
Oh, maybe I've only seen that one part then.
but it's just not good. And when it comes to war movies, it's offensive. This movie is offensive to me. Like,
It's a war/romance.
it's terrible.
24% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, it's
what was this
absolute
audience
garbage.
score? The audience score was 66.
Yeah, it's garbage. This is a D movie.
Okay. For the simple fact that I thought the Cuba Gooding
I will
Jr.
give
thing
it
and that was
at
different.
the edge over Alamo.
Okay, I was
but
gonna say,
that's it.
Yeah, this will, especially with what's coming next.
And honestly, I would have never said S.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, let's just.
I don't even need to say anything.
Where is this?
What is
This
this?
is
What is that?
this is
Saving Private Ryan.
that's Saving Private Ryan.
It is the
Oh.
it is the absolute best. It is the pinnacle. It
Matt
is
Damon.
It is the
Tom Hanks.
Steven
Steven
Spielberg
Spielberg.
is in his bag, man. The
The
Normandy Beach.
the D-Day scene in the beginning of this movie.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
Wish I saw it.
You need
Seriously,
to.
you need
to.
to.
You need to. It's
Like,
hard.
it
It's
is
hard.
So hard
Have you
to watch.
ever seen the trope of like a guy who's blurry-eyed and you see somebody walking in front of him and he's like holding up his arm, like he's holding up like a limb or something? Because they do that's from this.
Saving Private.
That's from this. I don't know if you've ever seen that trope, but that inspired that. People take homage from this movie. Dude sitting there, Tom Hanks sitting there, shooting at the tank.
Dude, when they showed this scene to war veterans, they were like, it was triggering for them because this was like exactly now Tom, and this is a group that has to go in and rescue.
Private Ryan.
Yeah, they do. They have to rescue.
Hence the movie.
And because of this movie, you also get Band of Brothers, which is one of the best TV series ever, like war TV series. But you got Tom Sizemore, who I believe recently passed away. Vin Diesel's in this. Edward Burns in this. Barry Pepper's in this.
Matt
Damon's in this.
Tom Hanks.
Adam Goldberg's in this. Giovanni Ribisi's in this. There's a great cast. Incredible. This is my favorite war movie of all time.
Schindler's
And military movie.
Schindler's List.
Okay, Schindler's List has to be an S tier movie. Like it has to be an
has to
S tier
be.
movie. An
It
S
has
tier
to be.
movie.
Andrew, I know you. I know. But
No, I'm just saying, look at your list. There are S movies on there that could be high A's.
Arguable.
this one has to be like.
Just for the sake of like the whole point of having an
I
S
think
tier
Schindler's
that
List
it's the
is
least-
in my opinion, it's better than Apocalypse Now.
You have 1917 way up there too. Like it's good, it's beautiful, but is that really second place?
I don't think that 1917 is second place. I believe that Steven Spielberg has number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then if you re-rank that section, I would put Apocalypse Now above 1917. I would put Black Hawk Down next. I feel comfortable with that. Yeah. Okay.
Schindler's List, Liam Neeson. It is.
Ray Fiennes,
It's such a
the girl in the red coat.
That's another hard. It's another hard.
It's a hard movie to watch, but it is a beautiful. And they again one of those movies that they did a showing. With people.
This one's World War II.
My gosh.
Oh my goodness. Lone Survivor.
And for you Holocaust deniers, moving on.
Lone Survivor. I think Lone Survivor is a high B. It can't be a C for me I like Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor's it's mid for me. It's mid. I think it's better than I would put Lone Survivor right there with American Sniper.
Yeah. This is one of the ones for me that I don't say it's like a thing where I'm like, oh, I really want to rewatch Lone Survivor, but it is one that I have watched multiple times. And it's another one that, for that one too, Andrew, similar to Lone Survivor or to American Sniper, the lore around that one, like real world significant, like real life significant lore around that one. It's important. A guy goes into a military operation with his squad, and
my favorite performance is not Mark Wahlberg's. It's Ben Foster.
Oh yeah,
Ben Foster is so good in this movie. He is the best performer. And Ben Foster, in my opinion, you know Ben Foster?
No.
Incredibly underrated actor. Like, incredibly underrated actor. Like, seriously, he is so good. And to me, he is the absolute best. And Dan Bilzerian is in this.
Mm-hmm. And Eric Bana.
He's a joke.
This is what I'm talking about. When I said I said that era, this came out in 2013. American Sniper came out in 2014. 13 Hours came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Like, just back to back to back. That was like the era right where they were doing a ton of different war movies.
Wonder Woman. Honestly, one of the best DC projects they released of that era. Not the best of that era, but pretty high up, top 3. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. And
as a war movie,
and Gal Gadot is just perfectly great in this movie, and I think as a war movie, the battle sequence.
The battle sequence going into the little town in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Little Dutch town.
Oh,
showing the damage.
It's great. As a war movie, kind of showing some of that stuff. It's better than Captain America. Mm-hmm. But it's like probably. That's probably the best.
What about Starship Troopers?
It's a C, and it's below Captain America and those. Although
I'm doing my part.
This movie is Super Mario Brothers to me. It's kind of trash, but also super fun.
I'm doing my part.
What is Starship Troopers ranked?
Oh, let's see. That's actually a good Starship Troopers, 1997 film, 72%.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah,
Casper Van Dien.
He's a jerk in this. Yeah, I would maybe make it higher, and it's just not a war movie. Like it's an alien war, but the fact that ended up in our list is so dumb. Hurt Locker.
It's A or S for me.
I think. See, this is where what Andrew was saying actually makes a lot of sense to me. Hurt Locker to me is better than Dunkirk.
So should we put Dunkirk down here?
And so I think Dunkirk ends up being at the top of the A's. I think that Hurt Locker's better than Full Metal Jacket, but not better than
1917.
Catherine Bigelow, who made Point Break. Great movie. And honestly, Hurt Locker, she's also going to make Zero Dark 30, and Zero Dark 30 is also really good, but not as good as Hurt Locker. Jeremy Renner is so good.
Anthony Mackie.
Ray
is so
Fiennes. Good. They're EOD guys.
Guy Pearce.
It's great. Great. Oscar winner, Hurt Locker. Great movie.
Patriot.
The Patriot. The Patriot is good. It's I think it's fine. To me, it's like right there with Hacksaw Ridge and 13 Hours. Serviceable, but not like his best work.
Zero Dark 30.
I love Zero Dark 30. I think Zero Dark 30 is so. Chris Pratt ends up being he's in that one as well, but you also get Joel Edgerton. Jessica Chastain is so tough.
See, and this
is war adjacent, but it's also when they're sending in the SEALs to get Bin Laden.
See, and this one came out in 2012. I'm telling you, the 2010s were kind of crazy.
Totally different situations.
But it happened before.
Yes.
So prequel.
Yes.
This one,
sure.
This one came out in 2012. Like it's that early 2010s.
Zero Dark 30
military
is
movie central.
A. I would give Zero Dark 30 an A. The low A.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
No way. I cannot see what that one says.
We Were Soldiers. We Were Soldiers is, in my opinion, this is that World War One?
I'm not sure. I'll tell you right now, I have not seen this one. This one's on you. Fully on you.
I think it's World War One.
Vietnam War.
No, Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam. Yes, Vietnam. And the Battle of Drang in South Vietnam. I think this is his second best.
Who's he?
His second best movie of Mel Gibson's group there, but not as good as the rest of that. So I'd put it high B. Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge is better. That's better. Yeah, right there. That's fine with me.
Tears of the Sun.
Tears of the Sun. Man, I love me some Bruce Willis, and I hate what Bruce Willis is going through health-wise. It's so sad. He's an action hero. He's great. This is such a fun movie.
He's unbreakable.
It's a good action movie. It's just a lot of fun. But honestly, it's no more than a C. In my opinion, it's rewatchable. Tears of the Sun is a 34, but it's not.
It's one of those movies my dad would like.
Yeah, it's not Pearl Harbor, but it's decent. It's a decent movie.
Come and see.
Okay, you've never seen this. You've never seen this. I encourage every movie and every person who has ever seen a movie or calls himself a cinephile. Give me the camera real quick. Any person who considers himself a cinephile, this is going to be a tough watch. But every person who calls himself a cinephile should watch this movie. Come and See, in my opinion, is an absolute S-tier movie. There is absolutely no question about it. It is about a kid who ends up, I believe, during Soviet War, finding a weapon. This is very much an anti-war movie. It's heartbreaking. It's really beautifully done. It's really harsh. You and I should watch it sometime. Mm-hmm. It's a really important one. I would put it below 1917, that high for me.
Sorry.
Come and See is that big.
And the last one, The Deer Hunter.
The Deer Hunter. This is so we're talking. Is this Scorsese?
1978. Old.
Deer Hunter.
Christopher Walken's in this?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a co-written, not Martin Scorsese, but this was. Oh, okay. Here's the connection to it. Robert De Niro is working and doing this movie, and because of the work he does in Deer Hunter, he ends up getting noticed by Martin Scorsese, who ends up using him in a lot of movies later on. Robert De Niro is amazing. This is a guy who has come out of war, very much in the vein of Tom Hanks, and those. Deer Hunter is brutal. It's harsh. It's an A. It's absolutely an A movie. Some could very much say it's an S tier, and they'd probably be right. But again, these up here are more than just performance movies. These are all entire. But Deer Hunter is better than everyone in that group, with the exception of. Yeah, I put it under Dunkirk.
All right.
Yeah, that good.
I'm pretty
That's
happy
good.
with this list.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's crazy to me looking at it again how that early 2010s was just
I have a lot of
military movie.
All right, it's back to the wheel, my friend. Back to the wheel.
Back to the wheel.
So let's get to the wheel.
Do you want to tell them what happened? Right after?
So last week we were going to give me the camera here. Last week I said I didn't want to rewatch American Sniper because it's a hard movie to rewatch. Although I think we turned this into a really good conversation. And not exhaustively breaking down the movie makes this a better episode, I think. But I said, hey, can we spin it again to see what it could have been? And it was freaking Interstellar, which is one of the greatest films ever made. And it's so beautiful. And I will rewatch that movie. And I'll listen to that score.
No!
Cornfield Chase.
No, Murph, no!
So good. All right.
We'll just go like Interstellar.
Interstellar. Drum roll, please. What's our next film?
Us.
Oh, Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. Us.
Jordan Peele. Us. I'm cool with that.
Is that the Get Out?
That's
sequel?
the second one.
There's,
it's not a
sequel to Get Out.
but it's his second
It's
one.
it comes after.
Yeah.
So it's a sequel.
It's not.
It's
in
not
the same
how that
universe.
works.
It's a sequel in the Jordan Peele cinematic horror universe.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
buddy.
It's not.
I'm
This is the
excited.
one that has.
Pretty much everybody from Black Panther.
This isn't the one that's
Yeah,
like the
everybody
alien-
from Black Panther.
Pretty much everybody from Black Panthers in this movie.
Yeah, and in the Jordan Peele movies,
Which one's the one?
I'll
that's
save
with
more
the
of this for
aliens?
Nope.
next episode. But in the Jordan Peele movies, I think it's maybe my second favorite.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's not as good as Get Out.
it's not as good. Get Out was a friggin' masterpiece.
But yeah, and that could mean we could actually do a little bit of like horror suspense ranking, which could be really, really interesting. Not like horror,
So
like
not
gory,
Saw,
gross.
Not Saw.
No, we don't
No,
want
no.
that stuff.
Like thriller,
We're looking thriller.
psychological.
Hush.
Yes.
Get Out.
Get Out.
Get Out. Stuff like that.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah. Well, Jordan Peele is very
Happy Death Day.
he maybe that's PG-13. But like it's more comedic. But like Jordan Peele is very Twilight Zone inspired.
Sure.
He was supposed to make a Twilight Zone movie.
He did. He made a Twilight Zone. He was the narrator for the new series on CBS. when they
Okay,
made
there
it.
he goes. And he's very Twilight Zone coded. Like he's Hitchcock, Twilight Zone, a lot of that kind of stuff. So I got a lot of respect for what he does. Although I think that the one he produced recently,
Him?
him.
Freaking sucked.
Did you watch it?
The movie was god awful.
Yeah, it looked terrible.
You just didn't get it.
It just looked terrible.
You should wait for the sequel. Her.
Yeah, the one with Joaquin
Johansson.
Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson.
That one was really good. That one was really
That
good.
one's frightening.
That was really good. Okay, end us, Nick.
Thank you guys so very much for watching episode 19 of Pass the Popcorn. It does mean quite a lot to us, those of you who take the time to watch, listen, like, and comment. And those of you who subscribe, we really appreciate it. We do this we just love talking about movies. We do this for you guys because we like to drum up conversation with you guys about movies. So if you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment what you thought about war movies. Is there a difference between a war, military?
Jets are flying right now.
Jets are flying right now. That's where we live, baby. If there weren't jets flying, be concerned.
Yes.
But yeah, Rob, I'll throw it to you.
Again, I want to reiterate how thankful I am for those who serve, for military spouses, and all of them. We do hope you enjoy these, but we'll see you at the movies.